Union Health Minister and BJP's National President JP Nadda on Monday wrote a letter to the Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge questioning the party's silence over the Tamil Nadu Hooch tragedy. Nadda accused the Congress of maintaining stoic silence over the issue. In his letter, JP Nadda said that the Hooch tragedy was a man-made disaster, alleging that the illicit liquor mafia in Tamil Nadu is functioning with impunity under the DMK government. Nadda alleged that instead of taking responsibility in action against the mafia, the state government was busy in its cover-up, which in turn led to more deaths. He also urged the Congress Chief President Mallikarjun Kharge to press for a CBI probe into the disaster, expressing concern over the tragic loss of lives in the spurious liquor tragedy. JP Nadda called the Hooch tragedy a state-sponsored murder and urged Mallikarjun Kharge to pursue Rahul and Priyanka to join the protest involving this incident, which means against it. He also invited Kharge to join the BJP's black band protest against the tragedy. Let me play out a couple of bites on this issue, then I'll straight away go to my panelists why this story has become a national story. Why did JP Nadda, the leader of Bharatiya Janata Party in Lok Sabha, the president of the party and the Union Health Minister had to jump into this controversy?
Are very much concerned about the treatment on our karyakartas, workers who agitated against this incidents, this illicit liquor cases, illicit deaths. We are very much concerned about the people, but the police was acting as if we are the crime, as if they are treating us people of the criminal like criminals. Their atrocities, and they were not treating the karyakartas properly, and they arrested them in spite. They did not allow them to agitate. In a democratic country, every party has the right to agitate.
It is one of the biggest tragedies of the Hooch tragedy in Tamil Nadu. 56 people, poor people, who have been exploited by these illegal bootleggers have died. And it is absolutely shocking that the Congress, the Rahul's Congress, who otherwise goes around waving the constitution and talking about protecting people's rights, have not uttered a word about their India Alliance partners' government in Tamil Nadu. It is not just shameful and crass on their part to otherwise make use of every tragedy that impacts a poor person and make it political. But when there is this type of havoc that has been created in Tamil Nadu, when 56 families have been devastated, Rahul Gandhi maintains a studious silence. It is for the Rahul Gandhi Congress to clarify what steps they are demanding from the DMK government, and including seeking the resignation of the excise minister of Tamil Nadu at the earliest.
So on this debate, I am joined by Bhanuchandra Nagarajan. I am joined by Sudha Sadanand and Brijesh Pandey. But first, I'll go to Sudha. Sudha, you have been debating this for the last couple of days. Why has this story become national? Why did Mr. Nadda have to jump into this story?
That's because both the Dravidian parties have with impunity encouraged TASMAC, which is the outlet in Tamil Nadu which sells liquor. A lot of these Dravidian ministers have kind of a profit share there in all these illegal distilleries which is brewing spurious liquor. Actually, this is a murder because this was just poison which was given to them for 50 rupees per pouch. You know, so I think that Nadda wants to own the space because Annamalai has already gone and said that, you know, we should think about prohibiting more than anything else, shut down certain TASMAC shops. So it is BJP's story where they are saying we will save the lives of the Tamils. We've always stood with the Tamil, the Bharatiya Janata Party. Modi made several visits there. We care about your lives. These two Dravidian parties are murderers.
Brijesh.
Well, I think, basically what the BJP is doing is it's trying to maintain the tempo of its, breach Tamil Nadu citadel, and that is the reason why, if you noticed that in the last 4 days, 3 press conferences have been held by Bharatiya Janata Party, hitting out at MK Stalin and also at the Congress Party. And, if you read the letter of JP Nadda, I completely agree with one thing that, Sudha was saying, that strict action has to be taken because it is kind of murder, where poison is being served to poor people, no rich guy goes and buys a pouch for 50 rupees. It's poison being served to the poor people. But the way BJP is playing this is that also hitting out at the Congress party with the guilty by association style, by saying that this is not the only Indie alliance which is mired with this liquor scam and all, hinting at Aam Aadmi Party and also taking DMK Stalin as well.
Bhanu, what is your take? Why did Mr. Nadda have to write an article, letter?
See, because this tragedy is man-made, it is political in nature. See, the bootlegger was selling spurious liquor like a few meters away from the police station, and I mean, people are saying that the local administration was hand in glove with what was happening. And in 2023, 17 lives were lost in the previous tragedy. And there were a few small scale operations by the police to take care of the issue, but nothing much happened. And in fact, like 3 people that were arrested were all DMK functionaries. So this is a problem. It's a political problem, and it is an issue of corruption and malgovernance. And after that, post this tragedy, what happened? The collector made a statement when the deaths were like I think at 4 or 5. The collector made a statement saying that the deaths were caused by some other thing. He was later shunted out. And when the victims do not have proper hospital facilities to get admitted in, the doctors are not there. So it's a total royal mess. And Nadda is right to point it out to Mallikarjun Kharge, saying that okay, Samvidhan ko bachana is something, but save Dalit life in the first place. So that is the message he wants to give.
So that, do you think that prohibition will work in Tamil Nadu? If I'm not wrong, I think there was a time when the prohibition was in place, and then after that the prohibition was not in place because of the financial issues. So what I want to know from you is it just a law and order issue in context of TASMAC, or is there something larger which is missing the eye?
Yeah, I think the larger that you spoke about is the cruelty of politicians. They are embedded into this entire thing. They know they can. Villupuram, it happened. I think it was 2 months ago. Just now you have in Kallakurichi, the politicians are involved. They get that poison from wherever, from Chennai, Red Hills. They bring it here.
Why do you use the word poison?
Because it's methanol, I think. It was just pure that. It was not, can you imagine that you're just drinking a poison? I mean, and the thing is that these poor people who are workers and others, they cannot afford to go and buy from TASMAC, which is 150 rupees per bottle. I made certain calls in Chennai. It's very expensive for them. So here you are, you brew the liquor, you give it to them, the DMK local MLA. And let me tell you, both Dravidian parties are equally guilty of this. I am not going to cherry pick on MG Ramachandran because he lifted the ban, or I am not going to support Mr. Karunanidhi. Here, TASMAC for them is a cash cow. Around 44,000 crores is what they earn from it. And this illicit liquor business, if you can't buy bread from the bakery, then what do? You just eat some kulcha from the roadside and feel satiated. That's how it is. And do you know something? The horrible cruelty of it, Brijesh. One man from UP died. He was selling pani puri there. They said, we'll give you 10 lakhs. The widow and the child go. They say, now go back to UP and talk to your collector. We have no time for them. Bhanu Chandar is absolutely right. Not a single hospital had medicines. So these patients were carried to Salem, some to other hospitals. This is a mess, and this has been going on. Let no one throw kind of, things into our eyes. We know exactly it is a nexus and only for money.
Bhanu, do you agree with Sudha that the Dravidian parties have failed? The system has collapsed?
Yeah, absolutely. See, the budget of Tamil Nadu is built on the money that you get from TASMAC, right? And see, all the massive freebies that the governments promise are actually funded through this, and it's a very vicious cycle, and also the money given out during elections is all funded by this, and the breweries are run by, I'm talking about TASMAC breweries, it's run by politicians. See, when prices are raised, and then these sort of Hooch tragedies happen, and also there's a pervasive culture of drinking in southern states, Karthik. It involves a deeper sociological analysis, not just in Tamil Nadu, but Kerala as well. This, I mean, the Kollywood and the influencers all come in, they sort of, make it sound cool, and, and poor people fall trap into this, and tragedies like this happen. It's a larger big problem. There as we analyze from multiple angles.
But why do you say that pervasive culture of drinking,
Well, somehow he's right, because Kerala drinks a lot. I think there is statistics on this. I think right on top is Kerala, then Tamil Nadu. Bhanu, what about belt shops in Andhra Pradesh, Bhanu? I mean, it's a menace there. And also in Telangana, the belt shops. So it's a kind of, drinking yourself
Can
to
you explain
death.
the belt shops?
Sorry?
Belt shops.
Belt shops are these illegal kind of fly-by-night bars where you get unlabeled, spurious liquor. You can go, there is a cage, you put your hand in and you buy a thali for 25 rupees. That's what it is, belt shop. So in the south, alcohol drinking is a big problem. And most of them who've died today, they are all poor people, and it's amazing.
Spurious liquor, only poor people die.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why it never becomes an issue. The second part is that, prohibition is no panacea for anything. The real problem is strict implementation of law and order is there. If you implement the law and order strictly, you won't need for going and prohibiting or going for prohibition at all. It just requires whether the state is serious about its intent or not. The state is not serious, and that is the reason why it happens. The second reason why it doesn't become a big issue is only poor people get killed in Hooch tragedy. One day a big shot gets killed, trust me, everything, right from coverage to action taken, everything will change.
The bureaucrats have been shunted. The collector has been asked to go. That's what Stalin will do. He will do this kind of smoke screen. The people who've been arrested, 5 people have been arrested, 2 from Chennai, 3 locals. I asked the lawyer on my show today, because we've been covering the Hooch tragedy, what will happen to them? He said, I can't say what will happen.
But you see, Mike, any person would say, why are Hooch tragedies on higher side in Tamil Nadu?
Well, that requires a socio-cultural analysis.
Bhanu, why are on the higher side of Tamil Nadu? If you look at the reportage from the southern states, primarily coverage of the Hooch tragedies are from Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, see, actually, if you take a drive from Chennai to Pondicherry, okay, you will find a lot of these people, soliciting you for small packets of liquor, okay, even if you stop in a food shop. But what has happened here is that they have added methanol to the arak. Methanol is like what Sudha was saying, is the poison. Okay, it actually damages the liver and kills people instantaneously. So I think this methanol is added so that it is made more potent, and that's how it is sold to poor people who are not able to afford the recent high-priced liquor from Tasmak. So I think that is that price aspect of it. But if you look at the Tamil movies, the whole culture is about the hero being being cool about drinking. There's at least 1 or 2 songs, even with the big heroes, like where in the song he actually repents for something that he has done, and there's always alcohol involved. So I think there is this whole culture that needs to be studied.
Thank you, Bhanu. Thank you, Sudha. Thank you, Brijesh, for joining me. I think this Hooch tragedy requires an investigation, and I think this issue of Hooch requires a bipartisan approach by the parties in Tamil Nadu to resolve it, because you don't resolve mafias just by legislative action. It requires a lot of things simultaneously. You need law and order machinery, you require social action, and you also require educational push.